All day during qualifying was nothing short of spectacular. Now let's see if they can repeat that for today's race. The sky tonight is mostly clear with only a few clouds. Nothing to worry about for now, but let's see how the situation unfolds.
Well, the streets of Jeddah are abuzz and the teams are nearly ready for the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Hello my friends, welcome to my live stream. My name is Wilfred. So this game is called the Formula 1 Manager 2022. It's just released on Steam, exiting the 5 days early access, which I've also streamed earlier on. So I've played this game like end to end for the Bahrain and also up to the qualifying for this race as well, Saudi Arabia. I must say it's pretty cool. I mean, for someone who's I've learned, I know how Formula 1 works, and I've watched a lot of Formula 1 as well. Weekend after weekend, race weekend after race weekend, I've been following the sport, and I must say I'm impressed. Now, of course, you can nitpick on all this like technical stuff that the game is not able to exhibit, but to me, I'm entertained. I think that's the most important thing. There could have been that, but nothing too glaring. I'm still excited about the race weekend, practice qualifying until the race. Now for this Saudi Arabian race, by the way, I managed the Ferrari team. I did a community polling, and majority of you would like me to, actually more than half of you would like me to play the Ferrari team. Happy to do so. So I have the Leclerc as well as Carlos Sainz. The result of the qualifying is that Max still at number one. Surprise, surprise. Is the fastest car with the fastest man. From a game perspective, on this year, Max and Hamilton are the two drivers that are on par with each other, 90, and I managed to get Leclerc to P2, which is kind of the Leclerc to P2 and the Carlos Sainz at P4. A little bit surprising because Leclerc didn't quite like the setup of the car. I tried to do a practice session myself manually and it didn't work out too well. But still, he's doing better than Carlos Sainz, who won the first race, by the way. P2 went to Leclerc. It was a front row locked out for Ferrari. P1 and P2 on the podium. So I was really proud of the boys. But after I fitted a new suspension for Carlos Sainz, I thought he was doing pretty well. If you look at the I thought he was doing pretty well, Carlos Sainz. But then, Leclerc somehow got the better of the car setup, I guess, towards the end, and he managed to outdo, Carlos Sainz. Now, it's going to be quite interesting because I've got the two Red Bull on one side of the race and then two Ferrari on the other side. I'm keen to see how the two Ferrari can work together against Max Verstappen, like you've seen in the past video as well. So I'm just going to go ahead with the car strategy here. That you could do, you can have a strategy here whereby hang on, let me just go back to. So I'll start with car strategy. So it's going to be either medium and hard to the end. I think most of them will do a medium and hard. I'm not aware that even it is possible to do a hard and medium. I thought you would stick with the tire that you qualify with in P2. I can't in Q2. I'm not quite sure that I could even do that. I'm a bit puzzled here. Usually you can't. You have to start with the tire you qualify with. Since I managed to get it to Q3. But anyway, just play the game as is. So I'll start with the medium tire. One stop into the hard compound, which I think most people will do that. I think strategy C is a little bit risky, so I'll stick with that. And as for Carlos Sainz as well, I will also do the same strategy, and I will see which one get a better kind of time management, and I'll bring the person in first. I'll be leaning towards Leclerc because he qualified better than Carlos Sainz, and in that aspect, I may want to bring him in in the tire change first, and I suspect the hard tire is going to last quite a while. All right, cool. Now let's start the race, and we'll see how that goes.
The drivers are lined up tonight under mostly clear skies. And there is Charles Leclerc. A second place start for them today. They're in with a real chance. And further back, there's Sainz. A top 10 position today, but will they be able to capitalise on it? Everything's been building to this. We're now moments away from this, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
All right, cool. Let's go attack and the full attack mode. And we'll go for the overtake and the overtake as well. All right, then we'll see how it's going to go. I think we are going to. Wow, Paris. Sergio Perez is really chasing after me.
You're doing a mega job.
So Carlos Sainz did. Okay, so Carlos Sainz can do a defend here. All right, cool.
And Ferrari just gained a place.
Yep. No need to watch the replay. I get it. So now it's defending against the. So now I think this one is. I think I can just tune it back to. I think I'll leave it there first. First round is always very aggressive. Everybody. All right. Cool.
Look after these tires.
Copy.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just go for like aggressive here. Oh, Leclerc got in front as well. Cool. I think you can go more aggressive and go back to neutral. Let's see how the two things go. I think the two Ferrari should just stay put as is. We just need to pull away from... Where is Max?
We should slow down.
Yeah, copy.
This is interesting. I don't know where's Max. I have to go back to replay. I was so excited to see it. Now I got two boys in front, and I think I'm controlling the race. Where is Max? Yep, I think we are fine here. I think we just need to. Okay, Paris is getting to a bit close, so let's just do. I think Paris is getting a little bit close to my liking, and I need Carlos Sainz to kind of like pull away from Paris, Sergio Perez, so that I can get the 1 second DRS. I think both need to go a little bit like maybe do a overtake mode maybe. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Sergio Perez 1 second behind us, so we are doing okay. We just need to build up a gap here, and I think we'll be good as is. And I don't need the two of them to sort of like, you know, I think this one can go back to standard. Alright, both are on standard because it's 1 second away from Paris, and I think we can maintain position from the two of them here. Alright, cool. Just monitor the gap here. You can see the data here as well. The data is here. Carlos Sainz is doing pretty good. Tire wear is good as well. What happened to Max? He must have spun off and dropped to the last.
DRS enable. Okay.
Okay, DRS enable. I think Carlos Sainz is going to overtake Leclerc. Nothing I can do. And since there are two of them there, I'm not going to. Yeah, I think a gap is building against Sergio Perez, so I'm not that concerned. I just let the race settle down first. It's quite a long thing to the midway point. Okay, I think Carlos Sainz is going to do a DRS on Sergio Perez. Sorry, on Leclerc. Alright, cool. Just need to watch out the Red Bull, and I think I'm doing okay. So fuel-wise, they are doing pretty well as well. So I'm not that concerned over the two of them. So I just let it play out as is. Okay, let me see the tire and all, the wheel and tire and all. They are doing quite okay as well. Nothing too concerning. All right, the temperature a little bit high on the left hand side. It's an anti-clockwise track, I believe, for Saudi. So the tire temperature is managing pretty well on this stretch. It depends on which stretch as well. So now I'm building a 1.7 kind of gap with Paris. So I'm fine. I wish there's a command say just maintain position. You know what I mean? Because these are teammates. I don't want them to like. So okay, Carlos Sainz took over. That is fine too. The two Ferrari boys would kind of like exchange position against each other. So long as there's no kind of like incident between the two of them, I'm fine. Looking at the data, tire wear is doing quite alright. Hamilton is doing quite well on the hard tire, of course. That one's going a bit long. So I would kind of like expect that when we pit, there will be Hamilton would go to the front because like all the three cars will pit first, right? These are the pit window for them. And I think it's okay. We need to build up a gap against all the cars. And you can see the interval against the leader is a 5-second gap. So I believe there's one information I haven't really kind of like seen, which is what is the okay, pit lane time loss 25 seconds. So what it means is that if I build up a gap against Hamilton, which is doing the hard tire, for 25 seconds, then I can come back out to be ahead of Hamilton. But it's okay because we are on different tire strategy. Let's go back to the interval again. Leclerc, I mean, they're going to trade position against each other, so I'm not too concerned. The Leclerc is always a little bit more aggressive than Carlos Sainz. Well, actually, Carlos Sainz is supposed to be more aggressive, but I don't know why. He's always used up a little bit more fuel compared to Carlos. But other than that, I don't think there's anything we should be concerning. And at this stage of the race, I'm more inclined to speed up the race. But meanwhile, before I speed it up, let's take a look at the tire window. So I'm looking at lap 19 is when the optimal window would be. Lap 19. And I'll pit whoever at the front first. Alright, cool. I'll give the front the best opportunity. Let's see what the 25 second going to be. I think it's doing quite okay. Let's look at leader, tire wear as well. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, you can see that these are important information because you can then see if your tires are doing well or not against your competitor. Everybody who went into sector 2 right now. Okay, and are you still at your personal best? Or sorry, at least not drop below that. At least it's a good timing for yourself. And the last lap was this one, interval. Let's take a look at let's monitor the leader. I need to build up the gap. So now, as things are settling down right now, and I'm quite chill about it, let's just speed up the game a little bit so as to get to lap 19. So now we are building that gap against Hamilton. Because our gap behind the Verstappen maybe. Okay. So the two of Ferrari just trade position. They can do whatever they want there. It's all right because both of them will have DRS to pull each other onto. Yeah. So now Leclerc is pulling a 14 second away from. Okay, there's a sector 3 there's a crash there. Max has a penalty. He has a penalty, I think. All right, cool. Let's see what happened.
Daniel Ricciardo involved here.
Right, Danny Ricciardo. Oh!
You can clearly see the contact there, and that caused a lot of damage.
Right, but there's no safety car, which is still okay. So so if I pit, I'll go. I'll come out after Alonso before Lando Norris. If I pit now, I mean, you know, we still have a couple more laps to go. Let's see. Tire wise, I think we are doing quite okay. Leclerc is doing quite well on the tire. He can go a little bit longer than Carlos Sainz, I think. Tire slightly overheat. So if you look at the tire itself, 67%, I thought it's doing quite well. Yeah, I mean, I prefer them to just like you know, stay as it is, keep position, rather than overtaking each other. I would say. Right, but the boys are boys. They love to race.
At the moment, we are the fastest car on track.
Alright, very well. Leclerc is the fastest man on track. That's good. Let's speed up to another driver locked up. Hang on a second. Which is the one? Maybe Magnussen, perhaps.
Feels like there's been contact. Let's have a look.
Let's take a look
Now
at that.
Just focus on the Haas.
The Haas. Right, the Haas is the one behind here. Oh!
There's the collision. It's caused absolute carnage.
Alright, sector 3 is the one that you need to watch out for. They've got penalty. So, you know, they went back, I think 25 seconds, come up again behind Alonso. Tires slightly overheat, getting a bit warm. It's already on standard. I think it's still fine, I would say. Yeah, the wheels are a little bit hot here, a little bit warm. So I think Carlos Sainz needs to do a little bit of lifting. Let's just see if I put him to light and what happened.
Slow down now.
Because anyways, Sergio Perez is quite behind them. And now I can start to have the clean air between Sainz and Leclerc. I think that would be. I think that should be good. All right, let's just let me see the tire. Am I doing better on the tire right now? Still quite warm, the tire. Okay, if I look at two of them comparatively, it depends on the brake temperature is really high. I think if I look at the two of them, I think probably Carlos Sainz is doing a little bit better. But let's see the tire stretch. I think both can go a little bit longer as well. Yeah, I think Leclerc can go a little bit longer. That he's doing pretty well on the tire itself. Look at that. But let's see how it play out. Because if I can get Leclerc in, he'll have a little bit of clean air. 25 seconds is a pit stop, pit time loss. It's still very close. How does it work in terms of the fuel? I've got quite a lot of fuel here for Carlos Sainz. I could ask him to push, I guess, because there's so much fuel. Maybe towards the end of the How about that? I ask him to push a bit. Okay, so now Carlos Sainz is pushing, because there's fair bit of like fuel there, 6 lap, but I don't understand the okay, so 6 lap of fuel, so that's quite a fair bit of fuel that they have. Yeah, but I don't know why it's still dropping. Maybe it's because of tire. Let me just go back to standard.
We can push a bit more.
Okay, so I want him to be within the DRS zone, because Sergio Perez is still like within 7 seconds. Look at the tire wise, I think both are doing quite well, I would say. And when it comes to window, I think it depends on, really we have a lot of options here. I think that's good news. Now it's a pit window. I think what I would do is, because now it's a pit window, and by the time because now the tire is doing quite well. I can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on the tire to build up the gap to 25, right? It's still on Alonso. I think I can afford to be a bit aggressive for both cars.
And push.
Yeah.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to the field. It's just a bit funny. So both are aggressive. So I'm pulling a gap between my next competitor, which is the Sergio Perez. Meanwhile, the 2 Mercedes in the 4th and 5th position. Alright, so now I'll stick to the lap 19. Overtake failed? That's fine, I'm not really concerned about the 2 of them.
Was a strong lap, well done.
Push aggressive. Carlos Sainz overtook Leclerc. Yep, I mean he has more fuel. Somehow, for some strange reason, he managed his fuel quite well. So let's just push the tire and build up the gap. 25 seconds is nicely here. If I can slot in between. I think there's a whole train here. Just a little bit concerned as a pit. Let's see how that goes. Stick with the plan. 19, and I'll pit the race leader first. And now ask Leclerc to push even harder. Okay, so now entering the 19. Okay, very good, very exciting. 10 seconds. 25 would be in between Russell and Hamilton. If I come out, if I can, like, in between Bottas and Russell, it'll be quite good. Alright, Carlos Sainz is complaining the tire is overheating a little bit, and the I think let him put on standard right now. Balance.
Slow down.
Copy.
Okay, cool. I think Carlos Sainz push a lot, so that's good.
Big lift off.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, wait, hang on. Now is the pit window, so I can pit Carlos Sainz first. I think if I look at the tire, let's just make that decision, right? I will pit Carlos Sainz first, and then I would I'll push Leclerc. I think we are fine. 25 seconds will put us somewhere, I hope, before Bottas, actually between Bottas and Russell, which is fine. I'll call in for this lap. So I'll pit. How do I pit this lap? Oh man, it's embarrassing. No, I don't want to retire car. I want to pit this lap. There must be a way to pit. No, I want to pit. Okay. So I would. Okay, so the one that we are doing plan is this guy. Alright, so I'm pitting. Why can't I pit? Oh, new compound. I have to pick one, is it? Oh, that's fine. I'll pit this lap.
And box, Carlos box, speed confirm and box.
Okay, so Leclerc
Copy the box.
can push as hard as you can.
Just pitted now.
I think Leclerc can go as fast as he can. Do a push. And if I look at the Carlos Sainz, which is the one behind.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Alright.
Copy.
So he's still heading towards the pit lane. Right, 25 seconds should be quite clear of the rest. So we are doing well, I think. Just don't hit each other, whatever you do. Another car run wild.
There's been a lockup.
It's okay. I don't really care, so long as there's no safety car. Right. So now you look at the view.
Pit lane.
Okay, entering pit lane.
Understood.
All right. I hope it'll be an eventful kind of, like, you know, nice and standard. Hard tire going in, coming up out again. 2.6 seconds is a really good timing. Should put us back to number 2 again. Looking at the rest of the field here. And let's see. With that, I can put everything back to standard and the balance, which is fine. Let's see how it come out. I think it'll come up before Hamilton. And for Leclerc, I'll have to pit him. Okay, I need to pit him with the hard. Alright, and I pit this lap. Okay.
And box now, box.
Alright, cool. So we come up back to P2. That's good. Let's take a look at Leclerc. Alright, doing well. Carlos Sainz is doing well, so I think he can do a light as well. That's fine. I don't need him to push too hard. Now has Leclerc done enough to stay on P1? Would be the question. And Leclerc is about, okay, very close to pit. So let's just take a view of this, his view, entering the pit.
Charles, pit lane.
Okay, copy. And we need speed limiter on. Speed limiter on.
Very well. So now, has he done enough to come before ahead of Carlos Sainz? Would be the question for Leclerc. But as a team principle, so long as the two Ferrari get to the end, I'm really have no concern. So let's see. Let's go light and the balance. I think go low standard and balance. Let's do a standard here. Alright, cool. I think we are managing well.
Lift off.
Copy.
So now I am looking at Leclerc.
Head down.
Copy.
So Leclerc came back out before Carlos Sainz, which is 1 second. So I think the two of them can continue leading the race, and that's really fun. So now at this stage onwards, I think the whole race settled down quite nicely, unless there's some incident like safety car. I'm hoping that my two Ferrari can stay till the end. And we'll see how that goes. I mean, if I look at the tire perspective, right? How many tire do I have? Like what kind of pit option I have? I still have a soft tire. So I'm looking at this because I want to see if I do have a safety car, and what options do I have. I think that is that's what I'm trying to examine here. I still have soft tire, so the soft tire can last there about 19 laps. So if there's an incident, and do I have hard tire as well? Let's see. I don't have another hard tire, so there's only a medium tire, and the medium tire. Yeah, I have a medium tire actually. My medium tire can go 19. And I don't have another hard, so if there's a safety car, I'll have to see how it goes. I hope not. So I need to speed up the whole race. Alright. And I am building the gap to the rest of them. Doing quite well. Oh, Hamilton overtook Sergio Perez. That is something. Okay, right.
Copy.
Nando has a crash. Did they say? Max
I think
Verstappen.
that was a crash. Let's take a closer look. Now let's look at this. The focus on Sonoda. And there we see the crash.
All right. What is going to happen? It's still quite far away from the. Yeah, I mean, I don't need to pit anyway. My tire can take me to the end. May not be as good, but can take me to the end. So Max is coming up quite good. I mean, he was at the last one. He's now pushing to the 12 now. And it's about 50. I mean, if there's a safety car, then everything will be bunched up. And I have to defend against Sergio Perez, which is having the fastest car, of course, in this race. Red Bull Racing is still the fastest. So let's speed up to 16.
At the moment, we are the fastest car on track.
Alright, fastest lap go to Leclerc. If I take a look at the tire for everybody else, and some of them are grinding quite badly. I think some of this Hamilton need to change already. I think some may have pitted. So far, look at the 4th, 5th and 6th, we have the pit, and they will drop below all this, Max has already pitted already. And let's see, Max Verstappen is 93, so he's doing pretty well as well. There's no doubt he would push up quite well. After the pit stop of these few people, I'm sure Max Verstappen will then move up from the rank. My competitors still, Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen for this championship. Alright, let's speed up. Well over the halfway point. And now it's settling down. If there's no safety car, it'll just cruise to the finishing. Leclerc definitely has done a much better job than Carlos Sainz. If you look at because both of them are roughly the same. If you look at their standard, balance, and this one is also standard and balance. So somehow Leclerc just have a better talent, maybe able to do it better than Carlos Sainz.
Sounds like someone's locked up. Let's take a look at the replay. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. And there's the lockup. It almost got away from them entirely.
Alright. That's fine. Man, I'm just praying for no safety car. Okay, now things are just settling down. I think the Hamilton, they all have pitted as well. Must have been. Or not. Let's see. Yep, so I think all of them have pitted. And now it's just a race towards the... Man, I have to give it to Leclerc, man. He can deliver. I mean, yeah, he can deliver. We are just working through the field against the blue markers, meaning the lap cars. Alright, let's go through a fast mode as well. Fingers crossed. I think we are doing quite well. Yep, 9 more laps. I hope there's no incident like safety car. The rest of it plus 1 lap. Where's Max? Max is already number 7. Look, that's what I'm saying. I think he can get to the podium. Not podium, but you know, probably get to P5. I will bet. Yeah, unless the tire is kind of like running against Max. But I think so far, if you look at the what I've got here, the you know, powertrain, everything looks quite normal. You can say avoid curbs and driving clean air as well. You know, that are pretty good command. That's for the tire wheel management. So yeah, I'm just monitoring the temperature itself. It gets quite hot as well, 140.
And last lap.
Last lap. All right, cool, man. If there's no like drama, this is a last lap. This is the last lap for Leclerc. Yeah, let's change the view here. So yeah, if there's no last lap kind of like a drama, it will be a Ferrari 1 and 2, just like the last race, man. Come on, you can do it. Come on, man, Leclerc. All right. Yeah, he still get the fastest lap, man. Well, I think he can do a light as well. Doesn't really matter.
And slow down now.
Okay.
Alright, just want to bring it home, mate. Woohoo! Alright, this is his view. Heading towards the checkers flag. Let me see if I can see the checker flag. Now, there you go! Over there! Somewhere.
Okay,
Woohoo! Where's the flag? I can't miss it.
Well, this was incredibly difficult.
Oh.
Here's the replay. Charles Leclerc there, taking home the win.
Astounding. I don't think anyone would deny them their victory lap after a race like that.
Yay! Alright. Fascinating. Let's look at Carlos Sainz. I mean, he's at P2, so that job done. P3 going to Sergio Perez. Max has gone to P7. I mean, stays P7. Yeah. So this is it. just heading towards the podium. I mean, look, I mean, this is an interesting race. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that I could manage a P1 and P2 given the qualifying result P2 and P4. So at least get like 1 and 2. Man, Latifi is crashing again. Can you believe it? I mean, that guy was crashed, man. Damn. Oh.
Collision there. That's very unfortunate.
What? Safety car? No, who cares? Alright, cool. That is a wrap, and I was very happy for the Constructor Championship as well, because I won the Bahrain. It was Carlos Sainz, P1. P2 was Leclerc. Now it's Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. I think the fastest lap going to Leclerc as well. So I think they're equal in points. And now it just slowed down the lap as well. It's a beautiful scene. I'm using my my very old desktop, so the graphic is not that great. If I play on my gaming laptop, which you can get a little bit noisy, the graphic is a lot better. Its resolution is ultra, so this resolution is medium. So yeah, that's it. That's my boy, Charles Leclerc.
Definitely Charles Leclerc's weekend.
Yay, look at him, man. He's happy. Woohoo! As a team principal, I'm very happy about that too.
A truly well-earned podium here, and a dream come true for everyone.
That's the Carlos Sainz and there's Sergio Perez. Yep, that is the two Ferrari boys, man. They made it. It was a battle.
The driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today.
All right, wonderful. And it was a good fight.
Competitors gave it their all, but it's going to be those three taking home the big points. I don't think Ferrari will be too disappointed with that result.
They do say success breeds success, and I'm sure the team will be hoping that holds true.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead
Australia?
in Australia,
Yep.
on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
Yep, the next race is going to be Australia race. And so yep, let's review the data a little bit. So Leclerc gained 1 position from P2. Carlos Sainz gained 2 positions from P4. The unfortunate thing, was that Max Verstappen actually spun off during the first lap. There was an incident that he dropped all the way to the bottom. I can't miss that, so I need to take a look at that clip again. But I think Max has drove beautifully all the way from the last into P7. It's quite a recovery. Get 6 points. That's cool. So if you look at the I love having the Ferrari car of the driver here as a winner. If you look at the driver standing, both Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc have the equal points. Saudi, the fastest lap went to Leclerc, and the Bahrain, the fastest lap went to Sainz, so that's good. Just to put things a little bit in perspective, the car of Carlos Sainz actually is slightly better than Leclerc because I put in the upgraded suspension on the Sainz car because he won the first race, so it's only fair. I'm a very fair man. So yeah. That is it. The Constructor Championship is Ferrari leading number 1, followed by Red Bull, and then the Mercedes has gained 2 spots. So that is the race weekend. And if you look at data as well, there's a lot of data going through. You can see a different strategy. By far the most successful kind of like a strategy is still medium, followed by hard. 3-stop. Don't think that really worked out. It has no improvement for Pierre Gasly nor Daniel Ricciardo, so I don't think the 3-stop really worked out in the end. But it's good to see all these things. So all these things are, you can see all the fastest lap trading between a couple of them, all the incident time penalty and so on. So it's really cool. You can filter off to my driver to see the difference between the Carlos Sainz and Leclerc. There's super lot of things to just take a look at that. I think what I've done is that I've managed to the qualified position. Okay, so this is this one is a target that is being given to me as a team principal. These two targets are the one that is being picked at me. So it's like I pick my own performance target to meet, and I said that I should reach Q2, which should be easy. And after that, I say I should be a qualifying position 5th and above, which I did, 2 and 4th. So I managed to get the money from there. I managed to finish a position 2 cars 5th and above, so that's good. And also I'm now on 2 finish position streak, so that is the one. Ultimately, there are also other reports that, as you can see, Lewis Hamilton had the lap record of 1 minute 30 seconds 734 back in 2021, which, by the way, it was phenomenal for Lewis Hamilton last year. So yeah, that is a nice wrap here. I always like to take a look at all this data because simulation is about data, right? Looking into the next bit of it, I've got development points being collected, and and yeah, all right, man. All right, cool. So I continue from here. Then I've got a bonus payout, and I've got sponsor as well. So and then I got some money, and I can use that money, of course, to upgrade my facility, develop the car, and so on. So I'm really happy. So this is the home page. As you can see, looking at the board, of course, are delighted of my race performance. I'm on target to meet the season objective of number 1, and that's great. From the track perspective, I got the post-race result being sent to me, and put us on top of the championship. That's good. And I get congratulations from the board representative. That is also very good. And so that is the post-race. And I could also, of course, upgrade my driver. I've got 1 development point that I can upgrade my driver's adaptability, which is something that he's a little bit missing. So I can put a point there to increase his racecraft, and I'll do that. That is good as well. And if I look at the development of the car, so just to give you a little bit, car part development. I'm researching on the chassis as well as side ports that help me with my engine cooling as well as top speed. So I hope those parts will come in good shape. I need to manufacture car parts as well, which I'm a little bit concerned because I'm losing 2 front rings, I believe. If I can take a look at the warehouse, unfortunately there's no view here. I will click through all of them. So my front ring, I've got 4 and installed in both cars. I don't know how to read this, man. I think I've got 2 in the warehouse, 2 being installed. But I thought I've destroyed some of part of it, so I'm not entirely sure how I read this during the practice session when it was my fault that destroyed something. But that you can see that I've got better suspension installed on car 2, which is Carlos Sainz one, versus the car the other suspension. All right, so now I'm not going to go further than this, because it just keep going, and the next race, and I'll go through a practice session. I'll go through the qualifying, and who knows, man? If you stay on this channel, I'll very likely stream another race for you guys. Any question you might have, drop me a note here. I will write a Steam review as well. I thoroughly enjoy this game. I'm not a hardcore kind of like a simulation kind of guy. I just want entertainment in a very authentic way, which I think is quite authentic. You can see all these cars and drivers, and I do enjoy a lot of as someone who loves F1. This is probably the closest I can get to manage a Formula 1 team with the kind of kind of immersion that I've got. So again, thank you for tuning in.